Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Trackmania Esports Twitch channel. My name is Quantum Deathcat, still here with Boney C, and we've got ourselves the finals of BTL later on today.
I mean, I mean, these are finals as well, kinda, right?
Kinda.
Kinda.
The finals, you know?
The finals, ooh, yeah, the finals we're gonna do later. I mean, we're gonna have second finals then, but first, right now, we're having first finals.
Right.
Which, I mean, I like
we're
second finals.
So we're gonna have the winners final here first, as SRK, Davigno, Critty, and Bitsy. Yesterday, we both said that we'd be hard-pressed to find an upset here, right? Critty and Bitsy should go through from this competition down to up to the finals, and SRK and Davigno would probably find themselves in the loser bracket finals, and we'll go there afterwards, I do believe, right?
Yes, so right now, winners finals. After this, we will be having the loser bracket finals, and from that, we will know our 4 players fighting it out in the grand finals. That'll be our third and last match of the day. But we are live. We are going in with the winners final. Bitsy taking the lead right now. Critty in second. SRK and Vigno fighting out for third place right now. Looking like a very close one. I have been hearing a lot of people have been practicing, so expect a lot of risking, and with risk comes reward, but also failure, as Vigno and SRK right now are a second behind. Bitsy and Critty very close to each other. They are like neck and neck right now. Bitsy not leaving it up the chance to allow Critty to overtake, and I don't think it's gonna happen. Just 1, 2, boom! Bitsy taking first place, opening it up with number 1. First win, first round on Bartoli.
And as you said, a risk comes reward, but it also comes consequences, right? And that's exactly what's needed for this competition, right? Because these are not easy maps whatsoever. You can see the 2 different lines that players take. You see Davigno and Bitsy going for the inside line, and Critty and SRK going for the outside lines, but both Critty and Bitsy fail that corner there, leaving SRK and Davigno to fight it out. Critty will try to come back into this, but he is 2/3 of a second behind, though he is catching up on SRK, who makes a small mistake heading into the dirt section, not picking up as much speed as he could, but Critty hits the wall, and that'll be a fight now between Davigno and SRK. Davigno out in the front, and he will get that corner perfectly down, and SRK, he's made a mistake, and so Davigno will come through and win the round quite handedly, over 1 second ahead of the next nearest competitor. It's still going to be SRK, Bitsy in third, and Critty in fourth.
That was, yeah, it was definitely a bit of, you know, like people falling off, right? Davigno was able to just take the lead and just held on to it, while the rest were trying to, you know, like take these risky lines and just overtake as Bitsy, not necessarily risky line, right? Trying to cut it close, but unfortunately clips the side of the wall, having to settle for 4th place right now, and it doesn't seem like any of these players will allow you to make one mistake and get away with it, right? Like, if you want 1st place, you're driving near flawless rounds.
Now, you were saying earlier that there are players who practiced, right? That they practiced out of their minds, and we could see a lot of risking. Look at Davigno out front. He looks so confident. He has the fastest time so far, and, I mean, look at him go. And when Bitsy is out, he is clearly the front runner. Critty was there ahead earlier, but that's because he made a mistake. Davigno made a mistake. Davigno right now winning 2 rounds.
All 48 still, right? Like, and again, see, it's one minor mistake, but yes, a lot of practice has been going on. A lot of PBs have been set on the maps that we have in the pool. So yeah, I'm expecting nothing but great rounds from these players. It really seemed like yesterday lit a fire in all of the competitors, and they are out for blood. Did Vigno pick this map? I believe he did. Let's double check. Can I see it still? I cannot see it anymore. We do have Bartoli and Nova Scotia as picks, Loophole as bans, so we don't know exactly which our 3rd map will be, but I think that is also good information to to get across. I mean, look at this fight, by the way. Vino currently out of the running, making a mistake earlier on. But Bitsy, SRK, and Gritty all fighting for first place. SRK goes a bit wide. Not sure if that's going to help him out. No. Ooh, so close to crashing, allowing Gritty to overtake, but he does not allow that to happen at all. SRK manages to hold on to second place as Bitsy picks up a 10-pointer. What does this do for our overall score at the end of the map? Very close, actually. Gritty behind by 6 points on number 1.
So yeah, first to fourth place, separated by absolutely nothing. One round can completely change that around its head. So no one's in a lead and no one has fallen behind. Everyone, I'd say, was pretty equal. Everyone made, I'd say, 2 mistakes on that map. And, I mean, everyone practically got equal points.
Yeah.
It's as if Bitsy and SRK are just starting off with 6 more points, right? And that could be completely written off if Critty can do well on this map. He wasn't as greedy as he normally is, but he could get greedy on this map. He's known for pushing, but once again, Davino ahead of the pack here, even just on the warm-up. And I think he's the one who's been risking the most. And it's been showing, right? Winning 2 rounds out of the first map. Very, very strong start. If he can keep risking like he does without making a mistake, he could definitely get into the top 2 here and surprise everyone, especially his countryman SRK, who expects to be ahead of him.
Yeah, it's definitely looking good for him so far, and everybody on practice doing solid. Good warm-ups all around, great rounds, firm handshakes as we head into our second map, Intertwined. With one of our competitors being the map creator as well, Critty. And as we say, if you're the map creator, you just have an advantage on everyone, and nobody will ever take that away from you, despite the fact that people may practice more than you. That's just fact. That's just how it works.
What if what if Critty now just comes out with a dev exit that he made?
Oh no!
Like, months ago into the map, and he's just waiting for this map in the finals, and he's just like, yep, 10-second time, 10-second time, 10-second
fools.
time. You fool!
You thought the GPS was right? No, there is more to be found. Though Critty right now not taking advantage of it just yet. You see Bitsy and Critty falling behind as SRK takes the lead. Davino trying to overtake, but manages to go a bit too wide, allowing SRK to take a solid first place, and into the finish he goes. Davino hits the bottom! And from second to last he goes. Does he still make it in before time runs out? He does. Still naps 4 points, but that hurts, right? You jump a bit too low. That cost you 4 points. If he didn't finish at all, that would have cost him 8 points. It's unfortunate to see, but we know this about Intertwined. We know that this risky finish leads to some risky jumps, and they don't always pay off. They simply do not. It's a bit of a odd one to say the least. But most of the time players do a fine job at it, but sometimes it'll cost you your second place. Bitsy out of the running right now, though. SRK and Critty, they are fighting hard for first place. Look at that.
Now they are fighting very, very hard as they go into the second to last checkpoint here, and SRK is losing Critty here as he gains more speed down to the final checkpoint, and into the final jump they will go.
Critty too low.
Critty absolutely craps the bed.
Critty too low.
He was making a comeback too, and SRK will extend his now widening lead, especially on Critty, who falls down to, I think that's 14 points behind. That is 14 points behind. And Davino, 12 points behind. Uh-oh.
The Gedio indeed. Looks like we may, in fact, see one of the Lithuanian players advance if this keeps up. SRK looking good on Intertwine right now. Taking advantage of, some mistakes here and there. A bit of a wide line right there from SRK, allowing Critty and Bitsy right now to fight for first. But it's gonna be a weird one, to say the least. I do think most people will see Bitsy and Critty to be some of the favorites, but Bitsy going too wide, Critty jumping too far to the left, allowing SRK and Dvinho, Lithuanian crew, the duo, tag teaming away to nap first and second. Do they not jump too low? Do they jump enough? They jump enough. Bitsy, though. Too low. So slow. Does pick up third.
Can't finish.
Pretty
won't finish.
Oh, no, he's not. He's not going to finish. No points.
No.
No points for Critty.
That is bad. That is extremely bad. He was already in last place to begin with. He's fallen 24
Oh, sorry,
points.
Latvian, correct. I said Lithuanian, Latvian. My bad.
The only Lithuanian here is Bitsy. And listen, I mean, for Critty, on his own map, Eddie, he is losing it hard.
Oh, no.
He is losing it. Ladies and gentlemen, Critty is falling apart. Our second place favorite is messing up massively, and SRK out into second place currently, but Bitsy has been making a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he makes another one here, and Davino will be there to nab up second place if Bitsy does make another mistake, but Davino might just nab it. Oh no, he goes way wide, but it doesn't really matter. Critty is way too far behind, and here we see SRK going in behind Bitsy. Bitsy wins his first round, I do believe. Since round number 1 happened all those rounds ago on the first map, and he'll climb up again in the standings, separate himself from Davino, which is good, but SRK is on pace to get into the finals here, straight up without going into the losers, and Critty. Ooh, this could be scary for Critty. And Bitsy has been making a few mistakes, uncharacteristic, but we've seen this before where he's got a slow start and he'll build back up through time.
I'm very curious to see what will happen now in Nova Scotia after such a turnaround on Intertwined. I suppose going from a close match on Bartoli to seeing these differences occur simply due to the map. This. To be fair, Intertwined was not one of the map picks nor bans, right? So, not necessarily favored, simply around the map, but played in the favor of SRK this time, it seems. Nova Scotia having been picked, I'm not sure who picked it exactly, but I do know that you want to make sure all your gears are on point or on check or on key if you want to be fast on this track. So, we'll see who is best at managing their gears today.
Yeah, and it's all about also knowing the safe spots to go through, right? Let's say you mess up, you know where to go through, right? Because there are multiple quote-unquote secret endings, right? Or not endings, sorry, but secret passageways that you can go through, right? Like, not safe routes because they actually are hard to go through from my own trials and errors, but they are there if you need them, right? And I mean, you don't want them to go through that because that is so much slower. Think of Scary Pucus, right? That jump, if you mess it up and you're too slow, well, that ramp that goes up, you lose 7 seconds going through it, so it's practically a game ender. Luckily, we don't have that on this map as Davino takes the lead from Critty.
It does, and this is where we will see whether or not everybody is able to keep up with their gears. SRK having a bit of an unfortunate landing, but it does seem like all of the top 3 players in the on the board right now, Bitsy, Davino, and Critty, were able to keep their gears, and it's all coming down to this final turn. Bitsy manages to snipe the first place from Davino. Davino does pick up second place for his efforts. Critty with number 3, SRK and number 4. But yeah, no, it's you saw the gears were on point, on key. It's what you want. Bitsy getting back into range of SRK in his first place currently, which should put some pressure on SRK as he didn't have the best of rounds, but not necessarily bad, right? Like just messing up a line or two, and it'll cost you. So maybe he won't do it this time. Maybe he will. Maybe this is what Bitsy and Critty need to catch back up.
Oh, Davino, you see him risking it a lot. He's got himself quite some big leads out of his risking earlier on, and there are 2 maps so far that he's really excelled on that the others can't really catch up to him in the first half. It's all about maintaining that lead once he does get it, because now he's fallen down to last place. That was a very good race with a 47-2
round.
at the start, and a 47-3 behind first and third place, separated by only 1/10. And I mean, SRK winning it out, that's what he absolutely needs. And Bitsy needs to be ahead of Davino. That's all he needs to do, right? And for Davino, all he needs to do is get ahead of Bitsy to climb back at some points. SRK, possibly 2 rounds away from finalists.
Very close already. If he can nab finalist on Nova Scotia, he just needs to pick up 1 win on Bartoli. I'm not sure if he actually manages to win one. I believe Davino was the one mainly winning that, and SRK simply finishing in good ranking.
Pretty much last. Yeah.
He would have to win his first one on Bartoli for that to happen. Currently, though, he is in first place with Critty just a half car length behind him. I'm not sure if he's going to allow him to overtake. To be fair, SRK pick up a second and first place, and he'll be fine. So, while Critty does have the better slide right there, able to overtake him, SRK just needs a first place finish on the last round on Nova Scotia to make finalist happen. If not, he's going to have to simply finish another round. But that would mean that Bitsy is probably also in the realm of finalist mode. Depending on, if he plays it, I would say a bit safe, honestly. Despite the fact, we're dealing with 4 of the fastest players in the tournament right now. A bit of safety and a bit of strategy when it comes to points, I don't think would be a bad idea.
I don't think so either. And that's Critty's first round win since... I think that's his first round win completely, actually.
I believe so, yeah.
So yeah, it took him 11 rounds to win 1 round, but now everyone in the lobby has won at least 1 round. That's what is good to see out of these top players. And Davino tried to get past it. It won't happen. Davino is Critty's next target, of course, because he needs to get out of 4th place, and that's Davino's current position. But Davino's trying to catch up to Bits, who is ahead by 6 points. And heading into the next map, Bits is it's not exactly his map. He made a lot of mistakes, but when he didn't, he won the round. So it all depends on if he can get clean on this map, and if he doesn't, Davino is there, and we know he's there to be able to win those rounds.
Oh yeah, this could be like backup Bartoli right now. I mean, he has 4 rounds to make it happen, and I think he can, right? I think he totally can get it in. But everybody right now very close. There's no clear, okay, this person is in 4th place and they're never gonna get out, right? We have everyone in contention right now. SRK being the favorite at the moment with 96 points. Simply having to finish will do it. Bit unfortunate for him that he wasn't able to clutch it out on the previous one, just allowing him to have another round shot at closing it out for himself and picking up 1st place. But, he has time. He has time. He just needs to get his first victory to happen on Bartoli. I think that's going to be the big stumbling point for him, actually. Though if something like that were to happen, then that would be great. Obviously, we're in warm-up, so this doesn't really mean anything. But if that were to happen, hey.
It's only 4 rounds on this map. I don't really see 2 people getting out of getting into finalists as well as SRK and winning just on this map, right? Intertwined will be next, obviously, and SRK was by far the best player on Intertwined. Yes. So if he can't finish it here, he can at least get 2nd place. I hope so, right? On Intertwined, unless he absolutely chokes it. But he doesn't exactly need a high finish in this round here. He just needs to finish, and he wants to keep the others behind him to have a more rounds to win it out here, and especially on Bitsy, who's currently in 2nd place, just behind SRK. Critty trying to mount a small comeback here in Davino in last place, 5/10 behind. Bitsy goes wide. Critty goes wide as well. That allowed SRK. Will he get more speed? Let's see. It's all the way down to the line, but it's Bitsy who wins that round, and that's bad for SRK, but it's good for now because SRK will get 1 shot at finalist before Bitsy does. As long as Bitsy doesn't get 4th place in this next round, he will be finalist.
It's, I mean, SRK, obviously he didn't have to win that one, but it would have felt good, right? Knowing that, hey, I can take that round, and oh no, he touches the wall. He touched the wall, so even though he's in finalist mode and all he needs is first place, he somehow has to hope that Critty, Bitsy, and Vigno make mistakes. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all, and at this point, the only thing he can hope for is that Bitsy makes a mistake, and he is able to overtake, right? And Bitsy, by that, would get himself into 4th place. But right now, Bitsy doesn't know anything about 4th place. All he can see is the finish line and no one ahead of him. As Critty is trying to overtake at the moment, but honestly, good lines from Bitsy right now, and this is just gonna be a 1st place finish once again. He is looking good for getting another 1st place happen, perhaps. You know, he did it twice in a row right now, 2 rounds in a row. He just needs to do it one more time, and he will be winning. He will be in 1st place in the group, which would be unfortunate for SRK, right? He had some opportunities to make it happen already, but now he is in direct contention.
I want you to take your attention over to 3rd and 4th place. Critty has overtaken for 3rd place because Divino keeps on coming in last on this map. It seems like the others have woken up and stopped crashing as much as they did earlier. And Bits, I mean, we said it earlier, right? He has slow starts, and then the train, right? It just comes through. His acceleration might be bad, but his top speed is a lot higher than the others. And once he gets going, it's impossible to stop the train. And Bitsy, he'll come around the final corner here, and there's nothing left to mess up. He will win this round. SRK tries his best, but he's too far behind. Bitsy will win and go on to the winner finals. From the winner finals to the finals. SRK was 2/10 behind, but it's too slow to win it out. He can win it on this round, though. And if Critty gets any finish whatsoever, he'll get finalist. But if Divino wins, we'll have a triple finalist situation heading into the last round. Because there is no way that there are 2 rounds left on Intertwined,
no,
right?
We're there.
We're there,
final,
right?
Yeah. Like SRK either now overtakes and we're done, or Divino has to win this one to make it triple finalist. Otherwise, it would be double finalist with Critty being a finalist himself.
Right, Critty will be finalist, but it doesn't really matter at that point, right? Because if SRK wins...
No, we could have 2 rounds. No, because so this is happening right now, right? We see Critty is in 1st place. He's looking to take it. I don't see anything going wrong. So now,
right.
SRK and Critty both in finalist mode. Divino does have an opportunity to snipe on Intertwined.
He does, but he hasn't won a round on Intertwined. He was slower on Intertwined. It looks like the others have really brought their A game to this 5th to 8th round on our first map here, and we'll go on to the 5th round of map number 2, Intertwined here. Oh, can Divino pop off? Can he win 2 rounds in a row and make a massive upset? Can Critty come back from 24 points down on SRK? SRK, will he choke a massively... This was not a small lead that he had.
No, not at all.
This is
where he built
lead.
it.
Yeah, he built it on this map too. And so it all depends. Will Critty win on his own map? Will SRK finish out and go on to the winner bracket, from the winner bracket finals to the finals? Or will he choke and fall to the loser brackets? Divino, he was the 4th best player coming into this match. Can he upset both players here? Let's figure this one out. Boney, prediction. Kowalski analysis.
I'm gonna give it to SRK. I will give it to SRK. I think Critty is a bit too much in his head when it comes to Intertwined. That is my guess. Simply due to his performance earlier on, right? Just not getting the jumps correctly, going a bit too wide, hitting a checkpoint. I believe he hit the bottom the bottom side of the ring of the risky finish like twice. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it for him. I'm feeling it for SRK right now. I'm hyped for him. Though I would also like Divino to do it. But we are live. We are going the last round. Perhaps Unless, as it is right now, it could go any way. All the players very close to each other. Great lines all around. Nobody giving away an inch. And if somebody overtakes for a little bit, somebody else just comes running in again. SRK right now with an early lead. Dvinho going a bit wide, having to slow down a tiny bit. SRK still holding on to his first place. It's all going to come down to the risky finish again. Critty out of the running somewhat, unless they both miss jump. Dvinho going too low. No, he is high enough, but SRK picks up the number 1. It doesn't matter. He tried to finish before SRK. He tried to snipe, but SRK is your number 2 in the winners final, and with that moves on to the grand finals. Woo!
Now,
and that got close to the end.
I do want to say something. I want to say something really quickly. Had Critty not DNF'd that one round, SRK would not be in the finals.
Ooh, you
because
raised a
Critty would have been
point.
finalist.
Yes, yes.
Critty would have been finalist in that last round on not Nova Scotia, Bartoli, and he would have won, and he won that round, right? So he would have won and gotten second place. So SRK can thank his lucky stars that he did not choke this one away, because that would have been a choke had SRK, had Critty, not DNF'd that one round, and Critty will fall down to the loser bracket finals, along with Dvinho, who we both expect to get through those loser bracket finals, but they meet a foe and a massive wild card in Cowie.
Yeah, so I did see in chat that it was Kaspa and Cowie winning it out in losers bracket round 3. You don't see this updated right now in the master sheet as SRK does that, and I'm sure he needs a small moment to, get his bearings again, like getting out of his car, like all the G-forces kind of hit him hard, and now he's like, wait, I gotta update spreadsheets, what are you talking about? So I'm sure he'll get to it once he does. So it doesn't look updated in here, but we will be having Critty, we'll be having Dvinho, we'll be having Kaspa, and we will be having Cowie in the loser bracket finals. That will be our second match of the day.
How many people starting off with the letter K? Is that 3 players starting off with the letter K?
I don't even want to, right? I don't even want to, all right? There are some connotations that I don't even want to get into. You know what I'm talking about. It is the Belgian pop group K3, obviously. Everybody knew that. I mean, what else would I be talking about? I don't.
Oh man. Well,
I
do want to point out that Zulis's Cinderella run is over. I hope he came in 3rd place ahead of Kuzi, but I in my mind I doubt it, because Kuzi is a very good player. Not saying that Zulis isn't, because you need to be pretty good to get yourself in top 8. Bodhi and I both know that we would never get into top 8, even if we practice our hearts out. So our congratulations goes out to Zulis for not overachieving, but really setting up the stage, right? Like getting eyes on him and his performance here, and possibly we could see more of him in the future. Maybe he could be the next Dvinho, where Dvinho has really just come out of nowhere, right? He didn't play for a long time, and he started playing recently, right? So the fact that his skill is up there already with the likes of SRK, with the likes of Kaspa, Cowie, Critty, right? So you want to congratulate players on that, and especially when their skill increases like Zulis's has, right? His consistency on these maps was very strong, but it all came down to the speed of Cowie, Kaspa, and Kuzi, and, well, unluckily for Zulis, he did not make it through, but we got ourselves our loser bracket final, and it will consist of Dvinho, Kaspa, Critty, and Cowie. Who do you expect to go through?
I mean, I still feel like what I said yesterday is that it'll be a repeat of winners final. That's kind of still might, but at the same time, I'm rooting for Caspa, right? I'm not gonna lie, I am rooting for Caspa.
No bias whatsoever.
Yeah, no bias whatsoever. You talking about?
Well,
But
Caspa is
we'll
the
see.
lowest ranked player remaining, right? So obviously you want the Cinderella run to continue, and there is a friendly rivalry between Caspa and Davino, and so maybe he could sneak ahead of Davino. But it all comes down to Cowie. Again, like I said, the biggest wild card here. Because while he is not ranked very highly, because he took military service and was away for so long, he has undoubtedly a lot of skill, right?
Yes.
So,
Oh,
can he make it through? Can he win? We will find out. We will see.
Oh. How long do we have? We don't have that long. Do we? Oh, we have 15 minutes. We have to wait 15 minutes? Bro.
Imagine waiting 15 minutes
Oh,
for
my word.
the second biggest match of the day.
15 minutes.
Oof.
Well, you know what? You know what I think is a good idea? What we'll be doing these 15 minutes? We will just simply enjoy some Trackmania beats, and we will be back in just 15. So don't go anywhere, and if you do, be sure to come back in 15. See you guys then. welcome back to the Baltic Trackmania League. I am Boney, and with me again is Quantum Dev Cat. How you feeling, man?
I am feeling a little bit numb because you're just looking at this, right? And this is pretty much like the Olympics of Trackmania right now in terms of the Baltics, right? This is practically the Olympics, and I mean, oh man, you just watch on autopilot in amazement at what these guys can do on these maps and what they can do with their virtual cars, right? Maybe an F1 team will sign them in the future. Who knows if they're good enough. SRK, huh? Trackmania F1?
Yeah. It could happen. Yeah, we're starting off a tiny bit early. Simply, the players were ready. That's the simple reason. Players were ready. We have picks and bans, obviously, just to get those on screen. Oh, apparently, I hate it when this happens, like, because it all goes down. We had picks. Sheesh, now I forgot. I was hoping chat would help me.
So, Critty chose Nova.
Yes. Okay.
And it was Davigno who chose his best map.
Vingus?
Vingus? No. Vingus, yes.
Yeah.
Pukis got banned.
Yes.
And so it was between Bartoli and Loophole. And it seems like Loophole is going to be the random map that's been selected. And ladies and gentlemen, we're on for the first round. Now, while Vingus was Davigno's best map, apparently this is the map that he banned every single time, which probably means it was his worst. Or maybe not exactly his worst, but just a map he did not enjoy playing on. And it's understandable, right? Because there is an intentional wallbang and, well, unintentional wallbangs everywhere else in the map.
Yeah, it's, this, unfortunately, I can imagine, like, if he had the opportunity to ban, he would still ban it, but in this case, he had first pick, and Vingus was his choice. So, simple as that, and you can see it happening there, just, bad line, falling all the way back to 4th place. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to catch up from that. That didn't look too good, honestly. Casper does take first, but what happened? Cowie, almost got sniped by Critty there. Cowie's jumping a bit too far.
That's bad. Davigno does not finish the first round.
That is
and that's by the way, that's a sick time by Cowie there. That is an absolute sick time. When you get into the 58, you mean business. And Cowie right now means business. Davigno once again is going to be out of this round. I don't know if he'll be able to finish, but his speed is very low. Critty out into the lead with Caspa right there, and Cowie finding the speed, but he'll go wide, so he'll relinquish himself into that fight along with Caspa and Critty. We got the Triple K in the fight here. Let's see if the K crew as Caspa now takes a good hold of second place. Critty in behind, and oh no, Caspa, he'll gain second place because Critty has hit the tree. Yep, treed. For Critty and Cowie. He's got a smooth sailing ride all the way to the finish. I don't think there's any way for him to fail this. I'm trying to jinx him, but it does not work as he gets a 59.09. And he'll get another 10-pointer, but this time Davigno will finish. But he is already 16 points behind first.
Oh my word! Yeah, I mean it's pretty clear why he was banning this map. It's pretty clear why he was banning this map, and he really has to hope that he can take it all back on his pick Vingus. And we do know that his ice slide is on point, right? We've seen him multiple times looking a bit behind, only for the ice slide to catch up by half a second, if not a second, depending on whoever is in front of him, right? He knows how to take advantage of that. But there's no ice here, right? There's no ice, there's just RPG. And he is in second place right now. Perhaps he can pad out his DNF and 4th place finish by staying in second place and perhaps even overtaking Cowie. He's looking good so far. He does overtake. Yeah. Does he keep on? Does he hold on? Ooh, goes a bit wide. Does hit the booster. Didn't hit the side of the ramp. Is he going to close it out? Cowie is 1/10 behind. Very close. All coming down to the finish. Good jump. Good finish. 59.0 for Davigno. And he does pick up a nice 10 points. Does Casper finish, though? Does Kasper finish? Ooh, he was so close not finishing.
That is less than 2/10 from not finishing. You have 10 seconds to finish, and he finished 9.85 seconds behind. Oh, that was close.
He can count his lucky stars.
The 4 points might come back in the end to help him out, but Davino can count his lucky stars as well because, that does help him getting out of, well, not last place, but out of 16 points behind. He's not only 12 points behind. Sorry, he was 14 points behind at the start of round 3. That's a lot.
I mean, he's still, working hard to claw his way back and make sure that the gap doesn't widen too much. Again, this is clearly not his favorite map, and he's working hard to make sure he doesn't lose too much as Kasper hits the checkpoint right there. Oh no, 1.5 seconds behind right now, and it is again Davino in the lead. Critty was close to overtaking. Critty actually hits the side of the finish line. Kawi and Kasper picking up second and third. Critty does finish eventually, but oh my. Yeah, this is one of the tricky parts with Loophole, right? You want to make sure you jump into the finish line. If you jump a bit too far to the right, you will hit the ramp. If you jump too far to the left, you're just going to hit the finish, but not in the way you want to.
This is why, I know this will be a controversial take. This is why I'd want a replay system at the end of each round, just like in Rocket League. Like every time there's a goal, there's a replay, right? You get to see in slow motion how the goal goes through, right? Well, would you like to see a nose-to-nose finish, right? Or just that replay in general where you see Critty catching back up and then he goes wide and hits the post, right? In slow motion.
I mean, I would love to see it, but at the same time, some of my cameras still don't work, so I don't think it'll happen anytime soon. It's yes, but yeah.
I could walk over to the Ubisoft headquarters, right? I could just ask them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Just knock on the door, like, hey guys, you wanna implement this?
Well,
thanks.
Funny enough, right? There are 3 Ubisoft headquarters in my province alone. And there are 20 total headquarters around the world. So that tells you how invested they are in the French part of Canada when it comes to Ubisoft. But I guess I would need to go see Nadio, right? And I don't think Nadio is in Quebec.
I don't want to, Davino just drove first on local records.
What?
He drove a 45.4.
What? I think he PB'd.
I mean, yeah, he PB'd.
I think he actually PB'd in the warm-up. Oh, no.
That was insane.
Is that a premature...
I mean, warm-up king coming in, you can drive great in the warm-up, but if you don't do it on the live rounds, it doesn't really matter too much. Local record is the records placed on this server specifically, so that doesn't necessarily say world record. Simply how the players have been playing on the live server. And we are live. Look at this, though. Kasper in first place right now, but Davino, way better turnaround, and we know how good his ice is. In he goes once again, bringing a 45.7 to the board.
And he was in fourth for half that round.
Yeah. This is one of the things that I mentioned before, right? Like, I suppose I didn't say it in as many words as I'm about to, but he never really drives in first place on the first half of the track, right? He tends to be, like, lurking behind, watching, and the moment you get to the slalom section, he gets his snaky sides, the snakes right on the dirt. He did that beforehand, and then from that, he built so much speed into the slalom section and takes them super tight that he just overtakes, right? His second half on Vingus is just so good. But right now, he is in first place, and we know how good his second half is, so let's see if he is able to do it. No! The risk! I'm sorry for jinxing. The jinx is real, and Critty decides, you know what, I'll take first. Kawi in second right now, 7/10 of a second behind right now, so I don't think Critty will allow him to overpass, not at all. That was a good slide from Kitty as well. Good eyes. Unfortunate to see Davino having such an amazing start, only to lose it on the slalom section. But
I wanted to point out something. I don't
Okay,
know if
go
you
for it.
noticed. Before, in the last round, Davigno was 4 points behind first. Had he not DNF'd, he would have actually been tied for first place.
Oh, oh yeah, you hate to see that. That's
So,
unfortunate. Those are things you don't want to even think about. He already had the TNF, right? So, like,
right.
the fact that he is able to like fight his way back like that. Look at this right now, right? Look at him. Snake overtakes Critty with that and should be building up enough speed to overtake Kaspa and Kawi right now, though Kaspa and Kawi
Oh,
at
look
the
at his
moment at
speed.
first. Ooh, Kaspa falling behind. Only Kawi to contend with Dvinho at the moment. Dvinho taking a much lower slide, and it is enough to overtake Kawi. Kawi going a bit too high. Kaspa does pick up the number 3 as Critty has had some issues with the ice. But yeah, no, I totally understand why you picked this map, Dvinho.
And you see Cowie, he says sick end. He was 2/10 ahead. He finishes 7/10 behind. So you have to understand, yeah, that ice. Davigno's ice, just alone, he's 1 second faster about than everyone else. So that just comes to show how important that final ice section is. And, well, the fact that he is probably the fastest player on this map, hands down, right? It makes sense that other players might want to ban it outright, unless they want him to be someone who stops other players from finishing in finalist mode, right?
Yeah.
Because if they know, well, he's going to finish in first on this map, right? Well, that'll allow me to get finalist as well. And if he's too far behind on other maps, he won't have enough points to get finalist himself. We're fine, right? Critty will win that round with a 45-7. And Davigno again with a 45. Cowie goes from first to third. That's a good round, but Cowie just really messing up that ice. And that'll cut into his lead by a large margin. He will only have a 2-point lead now.
Look at that, though, considering what we saw in the first round on Loophole, right? Like, seeing some more, like, a bit of gaps. Normally, you expect second map to, like, see some differences occur, but no, like, it's just people fighting back. How he giving away points as his ice is simply not as point as the rest, as Critty and Davigno were showing off. And now we're practically tied up. Look at that. Like, it's 8 points. 8 points, you can get those, no problem, right? Like, you just need to get, like, if Critty and Kaspa just get first and second a couple rounds in a row, we're just tied up.
We are just tied up, as you say. Critty is there, though, and let's see what he can do, because he is in last place currently, tied for last with Kaspa. You would not expect this out of the second best player. He could get eliminated once again. He was in last place in the winner bracket and failed to really make a comeback, right? Like, he did come back, and his DNF really came back to cost him. But right now, he's not had any meaningful rounds, I want to say, right? Like, he's won a few, like 2 rounds, but it all seems like he throws them away with last place finishes afterwards.
Also, pretty like on Nova Scotia, Critty was able to pick up some points in the winners final. We have seen him obviously on the track already. The rest of the players we haven't seen on Nova Scotia today, and I feel like today, like as you say, second best player being Critty, at least expected second best player, right, in terms of skill. But his performance today is not there, right? He is simply not on his A game in the way as you expect him right now in first place with Davigno looking to overtake him, simply having a bit more speed. Ooh, yep, no, there he goes. And now it's all about the gears. Let's see who gets the bestest of gears right now. Both good gears, good landing from both Davigno and Critty right now. Kaspa lurking in the shadows, hoping for some mistake to happen, but no mistakes are here to be found, and it is Davigno driving a 47 exactly, with Critty picking up 47.072. That was a great round.
That's a good round. Very good round indeed. Everyone liking that one, except for Cowie. Cowie has lost his lead to Davigno now, and Critty making a small comeback, and everyone only separated by 8 points. So let's say Kaspa wins this round, right? He makes a sick comeback, let's say, and gets into first place. But the first map, Loophole is where he made a lot of points, right? And he won that first round, and he was absolutely sick on it. So let's see if he can build up some capital to maybe get finalist mode on that map, right? Because we are 3 rounds away. Yeah, but that's a death for him. So maybe I've maybe done a little bad there, as Divino out into the lead. Can he close this one out? Can he extend his lead? Yes, he will. Critty in second, Cowie in third. Cowie doesn't seem to like this map very much, as everyone turtles at the end.
It's fortunate for him that Kaspa did hit the wall there, because otherwise that, would have been another 4th place finish, I expect, for Cowie. Divino, as we see, 76 points right now, and, I mean, the way he's driving, I expect him to hit the 90s. At the end of the map, but we do have Loophole, right? We're going back to Loophole, and Divino, having a bit of a bad start. His rounds afterwards were looking better, but he still didn't look that solid, right? He was taking advantage of mistakes from others, but not necessarily driving the bestest of times out there. So, he'll be in finalist on Loophole, but will he win it?
Divino, this is actually really bad for him, because as you said, he's not very good on a Loophole, and he finds himself down into 4th place. His lead is going to dissipate here, and there's only one last round remaining afterwards. He gets 4th place, and Critty gets 1st. This is really bad for everyone, because Critty comes back from last place, and he's going to go up to 2nd place with that one. He's only 2 points behind 1st. And everyone's within 10 points. Kaspa, that was a round that he needed to get. And Loophole will shake things up for sure. We could see a double or a triple finalist situation by the end of it. I don't know if anyone's actually going to win out, though, on a round on Loophole, right? Can Critty finish it out? Can Divino finish it out, right? It all depends who wins this round, because realistically, if Kaspa wins this round, right, he'll have 80 points, which means at least the player in last place will have 80 points, 20 points to try and finish it out on. So everyone, we could have a quadruple finalist situation, right? Another World Cup situation. But Divino, he's in first. Critty tries to overtake. Who's gonna win it out?
He does.
Critty wins it out. And that's going to be a tie situation. We are going to be at 88 points heading into the final map here, most probably. Cowie is going to be at 82, and Kaspa is going to be languishing behind at 74 points. But do not leave him out, because he did win a round. He is very fast, but every time someone finishes a round on this map without hitting anything, you practically come first.
It seems to be the case, as you say, and I'm pretty sure looking at points and just, quickly calculating in my head, as long as people finish, they should be the last map. I would, what could happen? I guess, Divino and Critty, they just nail the first 2 rounds, right? And they get themselves into finalist mode, but then they get sniped by, I guess Kaspa has to snipe twice after that for it to move to Vingus. Would that work in terms of points? Wow, oh man, this is I do enjoy the whole theorizing, right, and just figuring it out. It's the points are very, very close. Yes, Kaspa right now, he is the most behind right now, 14 points. But, this is definitely one of those tracks where it could happen. Yeah, it's one round, one good round. And one bad round for Divino. Again, this is the map he usually bans. Cacosted. But we are live. We are going. We're on Loophole. Let's see who will be our first finalist, or do we just simply kick things off with a double finalist situation as 2 players die? Oh my word. Kaspa is out. Critty is out. And it is Cowie and Divino currently fighting it out for first place. That first dirt section is a tricky one, right? You want to make sure your gear is on point, and it is very easy to get your steering just a bit, off, and you'll just hit the ramp, the side of the ramp, right? And it just hurts. It really hurts. But they are out of contention. We're just looking at Davigno and Kawi right now to see which of the two will pick up first place. For Kawi, this would be a fantastic way to push himself into second place, perhaps, depending on what happens between Critty and Kaspa. But it is Davigno picking up the number 1, Kawi with second place, Critty in number 3, and Kaspa in number 4. So Kawi is just going to have to settle for number 3 in the overall score for now. But that was definitely good for him, able to pick up a few points and manages to make that lead of Critty slimmer.
And if you look at Davigno, he didn't really need to win that one out, right? But he wanted to keep Kawi away, because Kawi, if he gets second place on this round now, he'll be at 98 instead of being at 100. So that's a very important round to win for Davigno. The only way for Kawi to get finalists now is if he gets first place, and the only way for Critty to get into finalist mode would be for him to get third place or higher. So if he gets last place, which is looking likely, as Davigno makes a mistake, and Kawi, he's out into the lead. Kaspa is in second. This is good for Kaspa, actually, but Critty is going to come through. If he comes through in third place, he will be finalist. If Kawi wins this round, he will be finalist, and if Davigno finishes, he'll be finalist, and Kaspa will be in a situation where he needs to win no matter what to stay alive.
I called it.
We'll have a triple finalist situation, ladies and gentlemen, as Critty comes in third and Davigno finishes. Yes. We get triple finalist situation. The stars have aligned. The planets have all shifted once in 1,000 years. All right, and we are in a triple finalist mode with Kaspa 14 points behind.
All we need now is Kaspa to finish twice. All right, that's all we need. Kaspa finishes first place twice, and we have quadruple finalists heading into Vingus, actually. Yeah. Let's see if he's able to do it. Let's see if he's making it happen, or if we will see the first player heading into the grand finals from the losers final. Right now, it is a tight fight between Kawi and Davigno, as Kaspa and Critty are looming behind. Kaspa's gone. We're going to see our first finalist go out. Let's see who it is going to be. Kawi currently the one in favor. Davigno trying to overtake, but not a good corner. Kawi building up a bit more of a length, but then he jumps in. Oh my word. This is too close to call, right? This is simply too close to call. This is all coming down to the wire. Critty coming into contention. More speed, but he hits the side. Oh my word. No. The nerves got to him and he hits the side.
No! Oh no, Kaspa! No, he had to finish. All Kaspa had to do was finish, and then he could win 2 rounds in a row. And he would have been good to go, but Kaspa doesn't finish. He's stuck at 86 points. Oh no, Kaspa, he's made his impossible job even more impossible. Critty almost made the comeback happen, but now it's a fight between himself and Kawi. Kaspa, with that DNF, practically takes himself out of the running unless he wins 3 rounds in a row, and I don't see that happening, especially with Vingus up next. Kawi, he's going to try and win this round right now, but Kaspa is out into the lead. Kaspa relinquishes it, slowing down to get into second place. He's more comfortable here. Critty is 7/10 behind the leader. Kawi, he's up into first place. He gets the inside. Kaspa will go into the lead here, but he's got Critty right behind him, 3/10 behind. He can't make a mistake. He gets onto the booster late. He's not going to crash, but Critty's right behind. 1.5 tenths. He's catching up. Critty, is he going to make the comeback? No, he's not. Kaspa wins the round. Critty crashes, but it doesn't even matter. They can both DNF here because now Kaspa, had he finished the last round, we'd be again a triple finalist situation. But Kaspa had to make it hard for himself because now he needs to win the next round. He needs to win the next 2 rounds to make it through and have a Cinderella story of legend. But Kawi, he could make a comeback. He comes back from military service, could knock out the number 2 player in the Baltic Trackmania League. Will Critty choke this one? Will Kaspa continue on with an amazing run? Can he get to the grand finals? Or will Kawi bring himself back from once he came back, a blast from the past? Cowie, we can see his own skill here, and it's only gotten better day by day.
I mean, Kaspa looking good. Look at him. Warm up. King coming in. If he can convert this into live rounds, oh my word. But we know Cowie's ice isn't good, right? That's gonna be the biggest downfall. Its ice isn't good. Critty hasn't been having his day today, so it could definitely I could see Kaspa coming out. Again, I am still rooting and fighting for Kaspa. But this is definitely one of those situations, stars align, and it could happen, right? It could be over in one round, or we could go into triple finalist mode. It's going to be interesting. Critty does take a bit of an early lead with Cowie and Kaspa fighting it out for second place, but second place doesn't mean anything right now. All you want is first place, and Critty is trying to hold on to it. Let's see which of the players are able to build up more speed on the dirt. Critty and Kaspa getting their wiggle on, but not enough. Kaspa goes too wide. We're going to see our second place. Who is it going to be? It's going to be Critty. It's going to be Cowie. It's all going to come down to the ice section. Critty does have more speed going into the turnaround. Cowie, we know his ice isn't too good, but maybe this time, who knows? No, it is Critty. Critty comes in, and we will have a repeat of the winners final in the grand finals. We will have Critty, we will have Dvinho, we will have SRK, and we will have Bitsy coming in. Oh my word.
That is heartbreak for Kaspa. He did not activate the magnet. That's why he went wide. He was going onto the magnet. He was just in behind. But you know that bug where the magnet doesn't catch your car right away, right? Sometimes you go flying because of it, and that's exactly what happened. That's why he went wide. That is heartbreak. He got nadioed, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
He got perfectly nadioed, and that is.
I mean, it's not an official block.
It's not even his fault. I don't think it's his fault.
Just blame non-official blocks, right? It's fine. Whatever. It's not in the editor, so it doesn't. No. But that was just. What a nail biter. What a nail biter. That's all I can say. Like, I wasn't even driving, and I was just like, just losing my shit, really. Like, what was that? What did we just experience, right? We didn't get the quad finalist. That's the only thing that didn't happen, but everything else actually going to Vingus, I hope for it, right? In terms of hoping for exciting matches, but I don't expect it to happen. And then it does. And in a way that you could write a script and say like, oh, this is how this is going on, and people would tell you, no, that's unbelievable. All right, that simply doesn't happen in real life. But then it does. It's one of those situations. What a thriller! What an amazing losers final that we had, and we have the grand finals remaining. Again, it will be a repeat of the winners final. So again, we will see Bitsy, we will see SRK, we will see Dvinho, and we will see Critty duking it out, fighting it out. Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna win it? What do you think?
Oh man, can you really go against Bitsy? But SRK was strong. He finished in second place. As long as he gets the maps to go his way, he can win it out. When it comes to Dvinho, he was so strong. Critty, he seems out of it. His mental does not seem strong right now. He does not seem like he is in the right mindset. He has 15 minutes to get himself in that mindset, right? He's just got to be perfect, and he knows he's got to be perfect. And that's going to be very hard to do because being perfect is literally impossible, right? Being perfect, it's not feasible. So Bitsy has his own moments, right? We know this, right? He's got weaknesses, especially at the beginning of matches. If someone like SRK or Dvinho can go out to a 20-point lead on Bitsy and Critty, this could be all over. But we've seen it happen before, right? SRK, 20-point differential, and he nearly choked it away. And so, heading into the finals here, I expect Bitsy to win it, but I think we could see a Latvian winner for the first time in a long time for the BTL.
I'm inclined to to agree. Like the favorite in my like in general, I suspect on a lot of players and people's sheets would be Bitsy to take it, but I'm saying the Latvian dream is alive. We're just gonna see SRK and Dvinho first and second in that order. I'm gonna say that. I really hope Critty will be able to calm his nerves. Like those were some close games for him, right? Going in out in third place on the winners final, very very close one, only to get into another close match in losers final, and then faced with the same players that you went out to earlier on. It's gonna be a mental battle mainly. It's gonna be a
mental battle, and especially for Critty, right? We as you say, mental battle, and he's had to mentally battle a lot of things, right? When I first started casting BTL, there was a fight between Nustic and Critty for the best player, right? Bitsy, while he was on the map, he was just as good as SRK, right? He was languishing in about 5th, 6th place. He was getting better and better, right? Just as SRK was. But Critty, once Nustic was out of the picture, had the chance to win BTL, loses it to Bitsy, right? Bitsy becomes the best player. Mm-hmm. That gets your head. That gets your head 100%. And so now that Nustic's gone, right? Bitsy has a clear shot at winning first place once again, and with Critty down in the dumps with his mindset, can he make it through? Can he pull himself together here? Maybe just I don't know, before this match, like, get into a cold shower, right? Wake yourself up. I don't know what you do. I don't know what I would do in this situation, because I got 3 hungry competitors, and I make one mistake, and I fall down the order, right? So, that's the biggest problem with this, right? You make one mistake, you fall down the order. You gotta be careful not to come in last place, and definitely no DNFs. And we saw only 1 DNF in the winner bracket final. We saw 2 DNFs in the loser bracket final. I think we'll only see 1 DNF, and if it comes from Critty, there's no chance of him winning. But Dvinho did DNF and won the loser bracket final, so...
True. Having a terrible start on Loophole, yeah, and he still was able to pick up that first place finish. It's gonna be interesting, but let's say we'll be back and we'll give you guys 15 minutes, yeah, so you can get everything in order, and let's see if we will be crowning Bitsy as the 2-time winner of BTL, or if somebody else will take away his crown. Don't go anywhere. See you in 15. Welcome back, everyone, to the Baltic Trackmania League with the grand finals happening, a repeat of the winners final. And with me to cap off the day again is Quantum Death Cat. How are you feeling, man? How's the hype?
I am drinking this hype up, as you said, to cap off the day. Well, the cap is off. I just screwed it off, and I'm just drinking all the hype juice that's inside of that bottle. And as we start off here, it's not the actual start. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the bonus extra points that the winner bracket players get. So Bitsy will get 10 points, and SRK will get 8 for finishing in first and second place in the winner's bracket, and for being the only two players who did not quote-unquote lose, right? And
yes.
So Bitsy will get
advantage.
Right, exactly. So that is... Oh.
No, that was warm-up. Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, it wasn't warm-up. Was it? Oh, there, it just deleted that map.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
No worries. There's a lot of differences happening as well. We do need to fix the point limit, as point limit needs to be 121 on grand final, so I'm not sure if we're fixing
That's
that.
done?
Because it still says 100.
Where does it say 100?
In my, yeah, at the top, if you hold tab, you can see point limit. You can also see it in the top,
I see it, yes.
top right. So I'm a bit confused about that one. I'm just gonna ask.
Do you want to write that in chat?
Yeah,
write that one in chat.
Points. Just gonna quickly check, because I'm positive that is the case in the rules. Like, unless something changed. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Because it says 100 for me. This is why I'm double, triple, quadruple checking. Well, we'll get that sorted out. Good question, Richard. Which maps have been picked? Which maps have been banned? We do have Intertwined ban. We have... Let me double check. Do we still have it? We don't have
banned.
Vingus ban.
So, do you want to talk about the bans first before we talk about the picks?
Yeah, so Intertwined specifically banned by Dvinho, which a bit surprising knowing that he wasn't too big of a fan of Loophole. I was expecting him to go for banning Loophole, but he didn't. Presumably, as you reason, and the more I think about it, the more I agree, is to stop SRK from picking up points on the Intertwined.
Right, exactly, and Intertwined is very much so SRK's map. He does like it a lot more, as I don't know if you're looking at Bitsy, but he's showing off the alternate ending to this map.
I wasn't. No.
it's pretty cool. It's a very nice tunnel, but it's a lot longer, which is why nobody uses it. But he'll get those 10 points. SRK will get the 8 points, and we can start off into the next rounds here. We'll probably get a warm-up, and then we will be live. So, 121 points to the limit. Bits has 10 points. SRK has 8, and that's again for winning the winner's bracket. SRK nearly getting those 10 points himself. But yeah, we're gonna be playing on 2 maps that we did not expect to be playing: Scary Pucus and Loophole. So Dvinho, really hating Loophole, was not banned by Dvinho, and Scary Pucus not banned by SRK, which both maps we expected to get banned by both of them, right?
Yeah,
Instead, it's really going to go into the favor of Bits and Critty, because instead of helping each other try to beat Bitsy and Critty, they are practically ruining each other's chances of beating one another, right? And really helping out Bitsy and Critty here maintain first and second place, because if SRK can't finish out a map, right, and he can't win on Scary Pucus, let's say, right, and Bits, he probably won't have a problem here. Critty, we know he doesn't have a problem on this map. So the fact that SRK chose to leave this in, it's more of an indication that he's going for third and not for first, and that is, I don't want to say it's a loser's mentality, but it's not a winner's mentality, that's for sure.
You know, you got to bring a bit of strategy into the game, right? Like, you can drive your heart out, but you know, you might have your on days, your off days. Maps won't be going too well. You might as well stack the deck as much in your favor as necessary. Obviously this is where these picks and bans come in. So we'll see. We'll figure out how that'll go. We do have points on the board for Bitsy and SK right now, as we said, 10 and 8 going. We won't have another match after this if Bitsy or SK go out, right? There's no double elimination in the grand finals. This is their bonus. But Critty right now looking to get into first place. Bitsy coming in, taking a bit of a lower line. It's going to come down to the final section. Let's see who gets double drift on point. Bitsy looking good. Critty as well, but not enough to overtake. That lower line from Bitsy allowing him to pick up first, picking up 10 points and 20 on the board. SRK, unfortunately, in 4th place. That advantage that he had by winning, getting into 2nd place in the winner's final, getting a bit smaller.
Practically getting erased in the first round as Bits. He's very laggy, so I'm not going to be spectating him. He seems to be everywhere, so beware. Bitsy might not be where he actually is, right?
Oh, I mean, right now he's way behind. That's what I can tell you. He clipped this back wheel off the grass right there, so don't worry about it. He's out of contention.
Blame Ping on a client-side game. Let's go. That's exactly what he can do. SRK is in 2nd place, but Critty makes a mistake. He touches the checkpoint, and so SRK has a very, very strong chance of winning this round, and the final part of this map is a lot more suited to him anyway. It's the beginning. It's that jump, really, that fools SRK, and the ending, it's not going to be good for Critty! Divino will get 2nd place. And Critty, that's not good. That's going to go into the mindset, right? We talked about this. The mindset for Critty. He needed a reset, and Divino calling out Critty's name there might also just be like the extra little salt, the extra little tilt that he needs, right? This is definitely Critty's map, and Critty's lost both times, right? He was way out into the lead, and we know how much speed he has on this map, but he can't bring it together.
It's tough, right? He first getting overtaken by Bitsy, simply by one corner. 2nd time, not hitting the finish in the way you wanted, right? Hit it on the left side instead of the middle. Tough, very, very tough. He was, able to maybe snap 20 points, but instead he only walked away with 14. Bitsy right now, though, looking to do it once again. Critty was doing a fantastic job driving this one, but again, Bitsy just decides, nah, do better. I'm just gonna pick up 10 points. You take the 8, and we'll see you. See you at the finish line. Basically, is what he said.
You'll also see him at the top of the leaderboards. I don't know if you saw that, but that is the fastest time on the local records. That means the fastest time driven, well, in this on this server of the tournament on this map. And if you think about it that way, keeping your A game for last, that is incredible. But Critty was actually really far ahead, 2/10 ahead. So this map could go down to a 4, right? A 52.4 when it comes down to it. If Critty can be as strong as Bitsy was on the tech, or if Bitsy can be as strong as Critty when it comes to this section, then it could really, really go down. But both players neck and neck currently. Critty taking a bigger lead, but he goes wide. He's going to slow down. It's going to allow Bitsy to get back in. He's got more speed. He'll be way ahead in the tech part, and Bitsy will win it out once again. And Critty can't finish! Divino, where is he? Divino, he won't finish behind, in front, but that'll be fine.
No.
He finishes barely, but Bitsy gets first. Critty loses some points to SRK, and SRK and Bitsy really far out in the lead. And guess who's in last? It's Divino. Divino, we said it. Scary Pucus is not the map for SRK. Well, guess what? It's not the map for Divino either. And in fact, SRK had a lot more points on this map than Divino did. Divino got 22 points to the 28 of SRK. But the real winner, of course, Bitsy, who got 34 points on the map. And that will definitely help Bitsy really clean out shop. And if Bitsy can win some rounds here, he's not got a slow start whatsoever. Davino is going to need to win some maps on rounds on maps that he's not comfortable on, and he's gonna need for everyone else around him to make mistakes because he doesn't have the pace of the others on maps like this, right? He doesn't have it on Vingus, but he doesn't have it on Nova Scotia. We saw it before. Bitsy and Critty have that pace. SRK even has that pace, but not Davino. So Davino will need to either PB on this map to be able to get ahead of them, or he's going to need the others to make massive mistakes that we don't often see, and that we won't really see in the grand final here.
It's I mean, also good to know Bartoli. We've seen these 4 players just mere hours ago duking it out on this one, and it was Bitsy in that case who was nabbing away a lot of points on that one. SRK trying his best to overtake him on that one, but he just caught a couple of second place finishes out of that. But Bitsy was definitely dominating on the Bartoli right now. So maybe he'll just build up his lead even more, taking that momentum that he had in Winners Final and converts it into more points. At the moment, it's looking that way as he is in first place. Critty and SRK in hot pursuit, with Davino also following slightly behind. It's all going to come down to this final corner. I'm pretty sure Bitsy is able to do this one. This was the one section where he just did it right every single time, and here we go. He does hold on. He keeps his first place. Critty in second, SK third, Davino in fourth place. Bitsy building out a lead right now. This is 12 points ahead on SRK, if my math is correct. Hef math, did you do correctly? Yes, 12 points.
Yes, you did the math correctly. You want to see another cool stat? I don't know if you noticed it. Bitsy has double the points of Davino.
Oh no! Oh, that's not what you wanna see as Davino. I like also right his best map, Vingus, banned. No Vingus. So like the one map where we know he could strike back hard isn't in. It isn't
right,
in.
exactly. And that's why I'm so surprised that he didn't ban Loophole or Scary Pucus, right? But he knew that SRK was bad on Scary Pucus, so he decided to leave it in. He goes for the ban on the SRK's favorite map, right? And that's the attack. And SRK seeing that, well, I'm just gonna ban.
You're looking at the race right now, Bitsy, like his tech is on point. Like Davino was ahead, but one slide, like one drift a bit too wide, and Bitsy's like, you know what? I'm picking that up. Thank you for first place. SRK following right behind. It just seems like Bitsy is going to dominate this one. He is not looking like he's worried in the slide. He's looking very comfortable, in fact, right now.
Normally, Bitsy will dominate by the end of a match, right? We always see him with slow starts. Nothing slow about Bitsy right now. He's starting off with the hot start, and if he can have his ending finish like he normally does, as SRK and Davino fall back a little bit. Well, Davino falls back a lot, I should say. But Critty and Bitsy fighting out first and second place. Critty goes wide, but Bitsy will have less speed heading up into this uphill section. Critty goes more inside, so he'll have less speed, allowing Bitsy to take the win on this map. And Critty hits the pillar. Will that allow Davino? No, Davino has to reset again. And so will he even be able to finish? Let's see Davino here. Can he finish? Yes, he will. 3 seconds left, though. Barely able to finish, but he's not having a good time. And Davino practically waving that white flag already. And it's going to be a fight between Bitsy, SRK, and Critty. We said Critty is down in the dumps, but Davino, who beat Critty earlier on today in the loser bracket final, that Critty is gone, I think. And the Davino that we saw earlier,
Bitsy is out.
He's not there either.
This could be an opportunity. Bitsy hit the side. Davino just having some issues with that sausage block right there. Was able to recuperate his speed, and while still in third place, he is pretty close to Critty and SRK. But Bitsy is 1.5 seconds behind on the pack. So this could be a good opportunity for SRK to fight his way back a bit. Never mind, Critty is deciding, you know what? If you're not going to fight back, I'm going to fight back. Davigno also taking advantage of that, picking up second place with Critty in first. Bitsy actually overtook SRK there. SRK hitting the side of the wall, hit a bit too hard. 4/10s behind on Bitsy. He he wants to finish ahead of Bitsy to make sure the gap gets smaller, but even with Bitsy making that early mistake, he still wasn't able to capitalize on it fully. And Loophole is our third map of the day. I'm not feeling things for Davigno.
Three
I am
maps
feeling
that
things for
Davigno
Bitsy.
doesn't like. Three maps that Davigno doesn't like. Bitsy is fast on this map. Is the only way I could say it. SRK, he's okay. He makes one too many mistakes on this map. And Critty, obviously, risking so much just to keep up with Bitsy. He will crash a lot too, I feel, on this map. And all Bitsy needs to do is actually slow it down. Funny enough, that's all he needs to do, because it feels like it's Crash City, right? Literally a city that they're driving through, right? So Crash City that they're driving through. And all Bitsy needs to do is practically save.
I'm
because
sure
if you
Zulus
can
is
get
taking
into
notes for next map track name. Like, this is the next name. Crash City, got it.
Crash
Boom.
City,
Give him some more ideas while you're at
there's
it.
no loop. Where is the loop?
There is a
you're
loop.
talking about the ending?
No, there's a loop when you enter the city. Before you enter the city, there's a loop. And there's a hole right there. Look at that giant hole where you can loop.
That's the alternate finish. But why is there this finish then?
I mean, this is risky finish. Kinda. I mean, we see the risk, but
Risky
people
finish,
will mess up.
That's
People
10
will mess
seconds
up.
faster. Yes. Risky finish. That's 10 seconds faster.
I mean, you could go
It's not
safe.
that much of a safe finish either, right? Because it's actually harder, in my
You
opinion,
could mess up,
to
yeah.
finish.
You could totally mess that section up. It's wide open and you've got all the space to drive, but you can still miss the finish. As you know, it's a normal finish. It's not like a line finish or whatnot. So hitting the wall isn't enough. You have to make sure you hit the goal along with it. But we are live on map 3, round 1. It is Loophole by Zulus. And we have Critty and SRK right now fighting it out for first place. SRK taking a lead on Critty right now. Davigno also coming into contention, and we have all players very close to each other. Bitsy just 0.3 of a second behind at the moment, but you can see his wheels right there. It's all gonna come down to the final part. Everybody hits the boosters, everybody gets down on the floor. Let's do the dinosaur, but who will be first? Is it gonna be Critty? Is it gonna be Davigno? It is Critty, and Davigno doesn't hit the finish.
Davigno! No, Davigno. You had a chance. You had a chance. Claw yourself back into this game somewhat. Get 2 points on Critty, but really just keeping up with the top. And, oh, that's a funny stat to look at. 88 points for Bitsy. 68 points for SRK. Critty with 66. Davigno is practically out of it, and Bitsy has practically already won it. Unless Bitsy were to absolutely crap the bed, were to absolutely throw away this match and let SRK or Critty get back into it, then we could have a problem. But Davigno, his only problem has been the finish so far. He's been pretty decent up until that point.
Yeah,
he is.
Appreciate it, Casper.
He's been terrible. He's absolutely dog water. Should not even be in this winner's final. What is he even doing here? SRK is up in first place. Bitsy is in second. Bitsy was behind by 4/10 at one point, down in fourth place, but has recuperated himself up to second place. SRK will win the round. Not really to the chagrin of Bitsy, though, as 258s. That's a good round, and it's a solid time. Davigno once again coming in last. Will practically, I think he's already out of the running, isn't he?
He has to somehow flip the switch and just nab first place after first place after first place to make it happen. But we know the map pool isn't in his favor, and he's not seeming like he just needs to unlock his hidden potential to somehow, against all odds, overcome this giant deficit, which, you know, like, I feel is appropriate to say. 44 points, am I counting that correctly? 44 points deficit? You
Yes,
don't
you
just
are
do that,
counting
especially
that.
with, one, that mistake that he made just now, and two, the way point distribution works, right? It's, you would have to hope for DNFs, first places, and all that. It's tough.
Exactly.
We also have 121 points, which is also good to know. We're not there quite yet. You know, Bitsy, it's not Bitsy's step to finish. Yep, tree. Never mind, Bitsy. You enjoy that tree. SRK decides I'll just pick up the first place then while you hang out and carve your name in that tree. He does pick up
I
third.
want to point out, Bitsy was 4/10 ahead of SRK. That would have been a 58.5, which would have put him second place on the local leaderboards had he finished properly. F for
boy.
Bits, guys. Uh-oh.
This is what I was worried about. I don't want to draw too much. It says finalist. I think something's up. Regardless, though, he needs to fit. Like, whether or not, you know, like, points are correct or not, he needs to finish if he actually wants to win. So, I mean, he's fighting it out for SRK right now. But yeah, the points situation, I'm not really sure what is happening with it right now. It should be 121. Perhaps some issue in configuration. And otherwise, we're just going to see Bitsy win, and players will be like, wait, what? Because Bitsy right now is looking good in first, ahead of SRK, nope.
Bug
Slows
lightning.
down. Ooh. Very painful. SRK barely hits the reactor booster right there, but Bitsy overtakes. More speed going into the blind jump. Bitsy picks up first. SRK in second, Critty in
It
third.
says he's winner.
Yeah.
They're giving them the GGs,
All right.
so... Alright,
We'll
alright.
take it. And that is that simple as is.
Alright.
We're seeing Bitsy, first winner. He definitely deserving of that win. And yeah, I'm
Confused? We've been,
I see people in chat also a bit. Yeah, I'm also a bit confused. Don't, to be fair, but even then,
we've been bamboozled, we've been tricked, we've been pranked.
pranked son. Yeah, I was about to say I'm a bit confused as well. Yeah. This is one of those situations. Like I was worried.
Bruh.
Like I thought it was my UI. I was like, all right, we got 121. It's fine.
Alright, I'm just gonna say that because that is
Yeah.
what he actually is. But yeah, okay, so it's, if
go
Critty
again.
didn't say it, if Critty didn't say anything, right?
Yeah.
If Critty didn't say anything, we would not be in this situation. we would just have let things go and then realize afterwards and just laugh it off like, no do-overs, right? But now we do get a do-over. We will see what happens here. Interesting to see though that this situation goes on. We literally before the match,
Yeah.
right? Tell them, and they're like, no,
It's
it's
121.
fine.
It happens, right? This is one of those things, right? Mistakes happen. I personally was like, all right, you say 121. I saw
Guys,
100. I assumed it was a
time
UI
to-
bug.
Guys, it's time to post the copy pasta in chat
Thank you.
for SRK.
I mean, but,
I think
but
it's
is
that time of
SRK
day.
going to be fourth though? Like, I mean, you know, I mean,
Just play with 100.
to be honest, to be fair, if it was any closer, I would say, you know, no, we need this 121, right? We need to make this happen. But as is, yeah, I do agree with Bitsy, you know, like,
Scuffed. It's so scuffed.
oh, this is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. Because there's no easy way to fix it. Wow. Oh no. Oh no. Give everyone minus 21. We can't change the points. That's the issue. That's the main issue. We can't.
All
like,
right, time to go
manually
back
change
to
them.
the Stone Age primitive counting. There you go. primitive counting. It's time to. You remember back in the day when it wasn't computers that would take down the clock, would put up points on the scoreboard, right? Well, same thing here. Back in the day when people would actually have stopwatches in racing, like
Ooh.
F1, you know, like fastest laps stopwatches instead of machines
All right,
doing
we'll
it
do it
for us.
manual. We'll do it. I
Do
think
it manual.
We'll do it manual. But Bitsy can't drive. That's the only issue. We need Bitsy in because he won. But Berserk will reset. This is fine. Yeah. All right. So if
110. So, pretty much, Bitsy needs 11 points.
11 points, yes.
Finalist.
If he can pick up number 1 or 2 along with number 3, 4, you should be all right. But we're gonna have to do points a bit manual in our head. Life ranking won't be entirely correct. But 11 points for finalist. We'll see what happens.
No.
Apologies for the technical issues. 121 is what we're looking for. 121 will put you in finalist mode. So if you pick up the first or second place, that will be 10 or 8 points. If you then pick up a third and fourth place, that will be 6 or 4, right? You can't do... you can do third place twice. You can do that. And you'll be finalist. But you can't do third and fourth. Because that will put you on 10. 4 and 4 will put you at 8. It's a bit of do a head math for you guys, so you all are up to date. And if you notice us mathing wrong because doing math live is hard, feel free to correct us. A bit of an unorthodox situation, but we are live once again. All the players are in, so let's see if Bitsy from a premature victory creates an actual victory, or if any of the other players will be able to snatch it away from him.
Oh, Davigno making a mistake. That makes him fall back to last. Critty is in first. Bitsy in second. SRK is in third. He inherits third place. As we go off to the jump, he's way too high. And Bitsy, that's perfect from him. Critty goes a little bit wide, so it's going to be a fight between Bitsy and Critty. And we know how fast Bitsy is in this ending. And so Critty will need to take out something special to be able to beat him. He's so close to the pole, but does not get yepped. As Bitsy, though, he'll continue on with his massive lead, and he will not relinquish it. Bitsy will be at 120 points.
Oh, driving a 52.7 as well. Good enough for number 2 on the local records, but he already has the number 1, so, you know, whatever. You know, no worries for him. But yeah, he just needs to finish once more to make it happen. We got the best Canadian in the lobby updating us. Quanting, you wouldn't happen to know who the best Canadian in the lobby is, would you?
No, not whatsoever. Definitely not me, anyway.
Right,
because my people don't call themselves Canadians. They call themselves Quebecers because they like to feel special, right?
I mean, everybody wants to feel special. Like, I mean, it's you know, like you're the most important person in your life. Simple as that. So. Should always consider yourself special. But we are halfway. Everybody getting the quarter pipe jump, and it is Bitsy in the lead right now. We've seen his dominating performance on Scary Pukas in the earlier rounds, and he looks to repeat once again. Critty in second place with SRK trying to overtake, and he does. Simply a bit more speed, but the drifts from Bitsy are still pretty good.
Bitsy!
But not good enough to get into the finish. Bitsy needs to finish. There he does. Okay, he does finish. He is in finalist mode because of that. Oh, man. I mean, he didn't need to get into first place, to be fair, right? He is in finalist.
Right.
But that, you know, like, that was a bit awkward. That was a bit awkward.
That was a bit awkward, wasn't it? As, that's a way to finish, right? That is a way to finish. Oh no, that's a mistake by Bitsy, as Mr. Finalist does not win it out on this round, and SRK all he needs is 7 points, so he needs second place or first place to get himself up into the finalist mode himself. He could outright win this out.
114 for him. Critty on 100. I am correct.
Yes, he is exactly on 100. And he'll get himself Up into there. No, SRK! He's going to come in. He's going to get second place first. It's so close, but
Ooh.
SRK will not win out the round, but he is finalist.
2 finalists in. It doesn't really matter for Bitsy what happens for him. He does pick up third, but Divino, yeah, no, it's he is way behind right now with 2 finalists, Bitsy and SRK. Is this going to be a full repeat of the winners final where we saw Bitsy taken first and SRK taken second, or will SRK be able to snipe with just one more round remaining? Ooh, bit of a tricky landing from Bitsy, relinquishing his first place right now with Critty and Divino heading the pack. SRK half a second behind right now, 1.2 seconds behind right now, so only Bitsy right now being able to maybe make it happen and win the grand finals, but Divino right now way ahead, half a second ahead, 0.6 of a second ahead right now. He just needs to make sure he gets this final jump and he can snipe Bitsy from getting his first place. Looking good. It's in! There you go. 52.8 coming in, picking up the number 3 local record, improving his time by 0.2 of a second. And a snipe from the one player you would say least likely to snipe.
As we go on into the last, probably the last map, right? We still don't have a winner. And Bitsy not happy on Scary Pucus. We will see if they can win it out on Bartoli. SRK has a chance of winning it out too. And, I mean, Critty, he can win 2 rounds in a row here. Or Divino, who helped him stay alive, right? And Divino technically still has a chance, right? He can win 6 rounds in a row. Right?
I mean, as much as I want to say yes, and this would be an insane comeback, obviously, realistically, now we know Divino, like his Achilles heel on this track is that sausage section. He's just been having far too many issues with it today that it's somewhat unlikely. Right, I highly expect Bitsy to win it out, but perhaps Nurse will get to him and instead might relinquish it. On warm-up, he's looking good, though. He's looking nice and fast.
Does he
I'm
choke
hoping,
it?
right? Like, at the end of the day, right now, Critty and Divino, all they care about right now is sniping. They need to snipe first places. That's all they need to do. That's all they need to care about at this point if they want to have their take at the crown. As we go live, double finalists. We've got SRK and Bitsy in finalist mode right now. So either of the two could either go out in first place or do Divino or Critty snipe it out. It's looking pretty good for Bitsy right now. SRK in hot pursuit. Just 0.1 of a second behind. Critty is out of it, 1.5 seconds. So he just has to hope that Divino somehow gets the snipe on these 2 players, as they are all neck and neck. Very, very close to each other, but we know how good Bitsy's ending is. Let's see if his tech will pay off. Divino down! We will see our winner. Is it going to be Bitsy? Is it going to be SRK? It's looking like Bitsy is going to do it. Bitsy with a commanding lead right now, having built it out with all the tech he has in his hands. He does it. He done it. Even after that scuffed finish that we had earlier on, he still redeems himself, and he's still the winner. The 2-time winner, 2 times in a row of the Baltic Trackmania League.
All right, that is... Oh, man. He almost chokes that one away, and SRK is so close, but his ending is not good on this map. He can stay put very, very well, but he cannot win on this map very well. And SRK! Oh no!
But
Critty makes a mistake. The video makes the mistake.
All make
SRK! Oh no!
No.
It's scuffed racing, ladies and gentlemen. This looks like go-karts and bumper cars more than virtual F1, if you will, on a dirt map. SRK, though, half a second ahead of Divino and Critty. That is good to see for him. He'll get second place. overextension from him. He could have easily gotten first place. He will be kicking himself, I'm sure, but he'll be so happy with second place. He doesn't get fourth place. He wanted third. He gets more than that. Ladies and gentlemen, SRK gets second place.
We're not done just yet, though. We still need to determine our third place finisher, as, you know, prize money is on the line right now. Pretty is in finalist mode right now, so, you know, Dvinho, no pressure, just snipe every single time, and you'll be totally fine. You just need to win 3 rounds in a row.
4 rounds.
Four rounds in a row.
Oh. He's at 90. He's not on 92, which it's rough. He's on 90, and Critty coming through. He's in the lead. He overtakes. And so Dvinho, he'll need something special here. Looking on Dvinho's point of view, he's behind by 2/10. Goes more inside for the more amount of speed. He'll overtake. Going into the final quarter. Critty goes wide. Dvinho has the lead. He'll no, Critty with the snipe. It's so close, ladies and gentlemen. The BTL is over. We have Bitsy winning it out, to whose surprise. But SRK, so close, was a finalist at the same time as Bitsy was. He had 3 rounds to win it out. Could have done it, but didn't do it. Bitsy almost choking that one away, winning it out. So SRK gets second place, well-deserved, nearly first, and he'll be so happy with himself. He doesn't get fourth, but he doesn't get third either. He gets second step on the podium. Critty, oh my goodness, another opportunity for him. He must be gutted, but he gets third place on the podium, at least the bronze medal. Dvinho has come out of the woodworks, and might have he gotten third place had he played a little bit better, as he did maybe in the loser bracket finals. But fourth place, nothing to complain about. Right? That is such a big improvement for him.
It's just like I do want to draw attention to Critty in this case. Like we've seen Dvinho just like he fought great, right? He fought well. In the end, the map pool just wasn't in his favor. But you know, Critty specifically, initially, you know, going out in winners final, finding himself in losers in an extremely stressful situation when, you know, like everybody expected him to get in the grand finals. He did. But at what cost, all right? He just fought his way back, and even in the grand finals, his mindset still wasn't quite there to, you know, make his usual performance happen. It's it's been a very tough road for him playing in all the matches. Dvinho having a bit of an easier losers final due to having his favorite map Vingazin, but losing that advantage on grand finals. But I mean, overall, we had great matches today, and we had an amazing grand finals. As I predicted, the winners final would be repeated in the grand finals. I didn't expect for the exact results to come in, but I did predict Bitsy and SRK. I did predict that, and despite the issues that we had with the points, Bitsy totally deserves this win. He totally deserves first place, and congrats to him on his performance.
And now we look ahead to the country championships, ladies and gentlemen, for the Trackmania esports team. So BTL will see its closure for the moment, right? Of course, we will see it next season. But what's up next is the country championships, right? So we have TSCC coming up. Is it next week or is it the week afterwards?
I would have to double, triple, quadruple check, actually. I don't have that one on me at the moment. You can still register now. This is nice to know. The registration is till 15th of August.
Okay, so it's in 3 weeks, actually.
Yeah, no, there's a bit of time remaining. So if you and your fellow countrymen want to enter in the Trackmania Seasonal Country Championship, be sure to do so before the 15th of August. Be sure to join the Discord as well, so you are up to date on all notifications. Be sure to follow the Trackmania Esports Twitter along with that as well, so you know what is going on. But yeah, no, registration closes 15th of August, and we start regional qualifiers. And this is dependent on how many teams are entered for each country on August 17th up to August 20th. And then we actually kick things off on August 21st We will be doing this over 2 weekends, August 21st and 22nd, and then the playoffs on August 28th and 29th. So that'll
There
be
could
happening at the
be-
end of August.
It will be happening at the end of August. There can be many teams from the same country as well, right? So
Yep.
you know that there's already a team of Denmark. There's already a team in the Netherlands. Latvia has a team, but it's missing some players. So if you want to play for Team Latvia in the country championships, and your name isn't Davigno, SRK, or Kuzi, maybe talk with SRK or Davigno or Kuzi and see if you can get in there. France has a team. You got Chile with a full team. You got Germany actually missing 1 player. Turkey missing 2 players. So if you're Turkish, maybe that aren't named Birdie or Semku, maybe you can join back in and get in there. And every other country doesn't have a team yet. So let's say the United States want to make a team. Well, there you go. There's plenty of space for that. You want to make a team with the Estonians and Lithuanians? There you go. 1 team for each, or maybe multiple, because as we can see in the chat here, there are multiple of each in here, and maybe we could have a second Latvian team. Who knows? But
I mean,
that'll be it for today, I think. Huh?
Yeah, I like obviously personally very happy there's a Dutch team. You know, I mean, I gotta last time I wasn't able to root for a team, which you know, was a bit unfortunate. I do wonder if the Polish powerhouse will be back to defend their title. I mean, they totally crushed, right? Simple as that. They Toro. I mean, it's basically Toro. They totally crushed.
Team Toro. Pretty
It
much.
was
Wait,
so.
didn't one of the players leave Toro? Actually, I think I
I'm
saw
not
this
up to date on
recently.
that. I'm not up to date on that.
As you close it out, and I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, well, thank you all for coming in, hanging out. I hope you had an amazing time watching the Baltic Trackmania League. It's been a pleasure to casting this for you all. And if you want to get involved yourself, again, there is a Discord for the Baltic Trackmania League itself. You can join. If you want to get involved in the country championships ones, you can get involved in that one as well with the Discord. And yeah, I thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. And Quantum, I'll leave it to you to say goodbye to all the people watching.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The player who I was thinking of, by the way, is Arizol, who joined Toro 2 weeks ago. I want to thank everyone for coming. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in 3 weeks. We'll see you all next time.